What makes a good team time trial rider is a fairly complex thing. Different riders, you know, you can have a powerful rider, you can have a less powerful rider who's more aerodynamic. All good time trialists don't necessarily make good team time trialists. You need to be able to react to and, you know, withstand changes in pace. It isn't necessarily a steady event. It's a series of very short, intense efforts which are made when you're riding in the front, interspersed with equally intense recuperation periods. And it's also crucial how those elements blend together on the race day and how they're placed together.
It's extremely difficult to win one. It's not as simple as you put the best time trialers together and just assemble a winning team. You have to get them to ride together. You have to find the order where you can almost compensate for who's going to be the weaker guy while still being able to utilize the strongest guy's strengths. It's not about settling in and staying relaxed. It's about going as hard as you can and then getting back in and recovering and doing it again. So it's about being able to keep that sort of discipline and that composure even when you're completely on the limit. So all these things that we do, such as the last guy in the line, we like to give him a little bit of a draft so the guy ahead of him sits up a little bit. It's easy to do the first 3 turns, but then after 5 or 6 turns, when you're tired and you're on the limit, it's hard to remember to do that. But that's what makes the difference in the end, is when you can keep your composure under such intense circumstances.
Una crono por equipos es un esfuerzo constante, de incluso cuando tú das tu relevo y te quitas para irse hacia atrás, el siguiente corredor que pasa sigue con la misma velocidad o aumenta, entonces tú no te puedes descuidar un solo momento, porque donde dejes un espacio mínimo para volver a integrarte al grupo, pierdes las fuerzas. Entonces es un ejercicio que requiere mucha concentración, mucho esfuerzo.
We've made the training in a way to try and isolate certain factors, so it wasn't like a kind of dress rehearsal. So the riders were doing short pulls on the front of the race to try and create the right situation that we could see what was going on. We did 3 efforts. The first 2 were sub-maximal, focusing on technique, communication, and the third was a shorter but more intense race speed effort. And tomorrow will just be more focused on actually trying to recreate more race-like scenarios. So the times that the riders pull on the front of the race will be closer to what they would do in a race situation.
Luckily, a lot of the EF guys live in Girona, so we are able to get out together sometimes and do some team time trial training. Tim Kenna sometimes organizes groups that'll come out, and there's nice roads around here where we can get together. But if you're on your own, they give us specific work that targets like the zones that we would be hitting on the front in the wind, and then recovering and ramping up into another one of those pulls that we would be doing. So we try to simulate the time and the intensity that we would stay on the front. But yeah, there's no training that you can really do to get the feel for being on the wheel, being so close in a line in your aero bars when you can't touch the brakes.
Es muy importante tener un equipo fuerte para ese día, para la contrarreloj por equipos, porque donde pierdas un minuto, minuto y medio con los favoritos, pues es muy difícil recuperar un minuto. O sea, yo creo que es demasiado importante la crono por equipos.
The team time trial is important because it's a prestigious event. For obvious reasons, you know, the winner's name is the name of the team, so that's super important. I think it gives riders who aren't always protagonists a real chance to shine and be part of a victory. And I think it's a super fascinating event because so much goes into it, and you know, when the team works together, it can be stronger than the sum of its independent parts. So it's a fascinating event, but also super prestigious.